Every winter, I reach a point where I just lack motivation. Because of the endless gray and the fact that it gets dark so damn early. And in this mood, it's hard for me to see the beauty in the landscape I call home. I don't want to spend forever in the car burning extra fuel just to see mountains or water or something exciting. Yet at home, I sometimes feel like I've already photographed everything interesting. But I try to push myself anyway, to go outside, even if I almost always take too long to make that decision. That's how it's been lately. Often I end up driving to the Georgengarten because it actually has a lot of potential. Beautifully laid out park, colorful leaves, even the sun seems to want to play a game. If I only had a subject. The Augusten Bridge is beautiful, but I've photographed it so many times, so I'm looking for something else. I'd like to include the sky because it really looks like a beautiful sunset, but the tall trees either block the light or the view. Only the Leibniz temple somewhat catches my interest. I look at it from different angles, thinking about whether the sky can somehow fit in the frame. But it doesn't really convince me. Before heading home completely empty-handed though, I go to the dog park and pick a perspective that's pleased me in the past. Following the motto, foreground makes the picture, I try to open the aperture as wide as possible and get autumn leaves in front of the lens to somehow capture the season in the image. The result, after quite a bit of editing, is okay, but let's be honest, real light would be much nicer. I continue my walk and check out a spot that's interested me for a while. The B6 bridge over the Leine River. Interesting when passing by, but now that I'm standing here... I try different exposure lengths, but with the wind and all the traffic on the bridge, nothing seems to work. Well, at least I have warm tea. And somehow it's almost cozy in this weather. But photographically, this is nothing. Next outing. I want to take advantage of the few opportunities I have, even if I don't really feel motivated. I wish I did. My mind is currently occupied with a completely different project. Probably the biggest one of my life so far. And I'm not talking about an extraordinary trip or some crazy photo experiment like photographing from an airplane as in my last video. Much bigger. I'll tell you what that is when the time comes, but in any case, that's why the gaps between my videos have gotten longer recently. And maybe also the reason why my mind doesn't seem made for photography at the moment. I don't know if that's why I can't see and appreciate the beauty, or if my hometown is actually starting to bore me. Just recently, a friend showed me this view of Hannover, and surely there's a photo to be had here. But today? This is crap. This is all crap. I don't really understand myself. I'm outside in nature with my camera and it puts me in a bad mood? What's going on? But still, photography is a part of me. And that's why I keep going out, again and again. One more try, just around the corner from my place, in truly wet autumn weather. It would be such a shame to miss these beautiful colors. But today, as I pass by, a subject finally catches my eye. This literal tunnel of leaves, the falling foliage. It's truly a beautiful autumn scene. And I take my time. Lots of time. I start with a 16-80 kit lens, but then decide to switch to the 5140 f2.8 because I want to use the combination of relatively long focal length and the wide aperture. So I gotta switch lenses. Not completely safe in this weather, so I tilt the camera down, making sure the inner parts don't face the rain. I actually want to capture the tunnel in all its natural glory, without people. But it's a popular path, and suddenly someone appears with a red umbrella, and it just works perfectly. Leave me a comment which picture you like better. Well, after a long time, finally a landscape, or something close to it. A shot I'm genuinely happy with. Has the spell been broken? It's getting dark again, but I keep walking. Through the Ricklinger Marsch, which I find incredibly beautiful. Maybe I'll still find something. I look around, but nothing really speaks to me. And I slowly start asking myself, have I lost my mojo? I try focusing on details and use a simple trick. A somewhat interesting small subject, wide aperture for maximum bokeh. And honestly, I quite like the result. It's getting dark. I should head home. But the doubt lingers. Have I lost my photographic mojo? Or whatever you want to call it. If you know what I mean and have a better word, I'd love to hear it. I don't think it's gone, but I think it's on pause or something. I'm not sure. In any case, it still feels good to be outside. Next time, hopefully I'll have more drive and maybe I'll let myself take a car ride again just to see something different. I hope to see you again when that time comes.